Welcome back to Anno 1800. Now, just after I had stopped recording the last episode, I reached 25,000 students, which is why the title of the last episode was 25,000 students. We're up to 25,812, and we have 255,000 research points, which is actually 5,000 more than I expected. I'm not sure why it says scholar population 25,812 out of 25,900. There might be something we need for that. But before I go up there, I have a time lapse for you guys because I have decorated the area. I managed to move some buildings around, and in general, I'm quite content with what it looks like. And I hope that that goes for you guys as well. So, with that said, or what is the term that I'm looking for? With further ado, that doesn't really. Maybe it is that. Anyhow, the time lapse. Here you go, guys. And there we go. So let's have a look here at how things turned out and why I placed certain things in here. So, I mean, these are students. They want pizzerias and drinks shacks in their vicinity. We have the... I finally managed to find some use for these World's Fair ornaments. I haven't really found anywhere that I felt they fit before now, but I think this looks like a nice back entrance to the institute. Have this little pool here and the bridge, which is also something that I rarely use. And it looks like the canal just continues in underneath the institute there. 2 more of these pavilions with an entrance on each side. Made sure to have ample of the... well, there's none of them here, but there should be one here. Ample of the steel clock houses, because those are important to have around on the premises. Also some bakeries every here and there, serving morning bread. The Eclairway to Heaven. Of course, that's the stairway to heaven. I love that pun. Anyhow, trees, seating areas, chess tables, as I mentioned. I want those around the place. Just breaking the area up a bit every here and there with some trees in between the houses, a little fountain here. So I'm quite happy with how this turned out. And it has the museum right beside it, which also kind of makes sense. The students would want to go to the museum for their excursions, and also the palace is behind there again. The students would probably be forbidden inside of the palace, but it's something. Did I get more modules? No, not yet. We need 147,000, but we're almost at 150,000, so we're getting there. I also moved some of the artisan houses up on the riverbank here and down here. And then upgraded some worker houses and then put them back into the spots and then built some new farmer houses. Now these aren't covered by the town halls, not in their entirety at least. But we do have the necessary stuff that we need to supply them with the goods. So I also included the decoration of these 2 areas, and then I finished the park in front of the museum. I'm quite happy with what this looks like now. It's a major park. Of course, park and park, it's rather more a plaza, given that it's paved. But, and yes, the symmetry might not appeal to everyone, but I really like that symmetry, so I'm generally quite content with how this turned out. And also these market halls, so that I actually should make sure that they all have glass roofs and not metal roofs, because they have those 2 variations. So there we go. Now all of them have glass roofs. There's also a couple of market halls inside of the student area. One here, and one here. They would need to buy food and not necessarily want to have to trudge down to the main city area or into the artisan area to get food from these markets. Or at least that's my thinking. Also finished up the rest of the decorations along the riverbank here. Not sure what to do down here yet, but we'll get around to that when the time comes. And I see that I have forgotten to reduce the volume of the game. I am sorry about that. I hope that hasn't been too overpowering and that you guys have been able to hear what I'm saying. So, yeah. That should be more... audible in regards to my voice. Now, there are a few things that I've also done in between episodes. Also, actually, that is not the correct volume. It should be at 40. Let's quickly go through that. I found the specialists for the reports. They do not replace the mail. They add to the mail. So we're going to... I've already developed them in the institute. So we'll deal with those. When it comes to Mbeza, let's pop on down there. I have greatly increased our output of spice. The reason for this is the New World. So we are producing 119 tons of spices in Do Your Research. I added a trade union here, the regular setup, and I also added a trade union here where I'm using the super phosphate fertilizer. So we are producing ample spices now, which is how I like it. And I also have a trade route, taking spices from here to Manola or Palacio with. And then we need to pop on back to the old world and the throne, where I have done a little bit of rearranging in the area here. You may remember that I mentioned in the last episode that we lacked leather boots, so I've added a couple more leather boots or boot makers, and I also tidied up the area a bit, made it a little bit more pretty with some trees, and added a lot of fire stations. Not that that helps, the fire chance is very high, but at least these things, I haven't experienced any explosions in these, and I suspect that the explosion chance from all of these distilleries are kind of words are hard sometimes, leaking over, since it's only a short distance over here. Leaking wasn't the word I was looking for, but yeah. I added a couple more filament factories, even though we are importing the filaments in the dockyards. And yeah, that's basically what I've done in between episodes. This area here really needs a cleanup. I need to do something about this. I need to get the distilleries in a better configuration, and I also need to get the filament factories, the light bulb factories. I had to add more canneries. Yeah, we weren't producing enough canned food, so we have a lot of those now. 11 of them actually. I would also like to get some of the sewing machine factories, or at least more sewing machine factories, onto the industrial island. The bicycle factories would be nice to get off the island. Same with the coach makers and the cab assembly line. It's not that much pollution is added here, but we do have 125 pollution. The boot makers polluting? It looks as if they are, but it says 160. Plus 20 attractiveness. There's no pollution. We have minus 45. And yet we... Oh, it's positive 125. Because of the boot makers. That's amusing. Haven't done anything with the telephone assembly lines. I would like to move those off the island as well, the telephone manufacturers, but I'm a bit worried about moving them down to their Pumu Industries, or Pumu Industries. We might need a secondary industry island, actually. As for the industrial island, it looks the same as it did. I've made sure that we have pigs coming in from here. I think I did that in the last episode, so that the the bootmakers have pigs now that they use pigs instead of Sanga cows. I probably should get rid of the trade route that carries Sanga cow from Mbeza up to the old world because we no longer need it. There's nothing we need Sanga cow for in the old world now. So had to add a couple of wooden mills. Yeah, let's pop on down to the new world and Palazzo Wiv. Let's then have a look at the Hacienda. I think I want to add the Hacienda here. Now, I've already built it here because I was just taking a peek, so there won't be a newspaper article, I think. And why would I want to add the Hacienda? Well, first of all, there's the policy. The best one is the local assemblies, in my opinion. +5 influence for each Hacienda or Hacienda Obrera quarter and each Hacienda Artista quarter. But I don't like those. I mean, they look good. I'll give them that. They are 4x4. And if we take a quick look at them, the Obreras, they, in addition to the normal goods, they require hot sauce and atole. I'm not sure how that is pronounced. In happiness, they do require the same things. As for the Artistas, they do require spectacles in addition to their regular goods. And yeah, so that's it. They require spectacles. It's a decent enough trade-off when it comes to the influence, but since we have the football stadium, and I'm drowning in influence, I'm using a lot of it. Mainly using 4,000 influence. That's a lot of influence. But yeah, since we have that, I don't really see the need to cater to them. What I do want to do, though, is to get up some fertilizer works. Those will collect dung from these animal farms. Let's see here. If we have one of them, I think I do want a couple of them. That looks like the entrance. So that one covers these two. Now, I don't think we need this many warehouses in this area here. If you move this warehouse up here, and we have a fertilizer work, yeah, you see that covers most of these. Put that there. Then to cover those, we can put a fertilizer work. I'm not sure why I've done this with the roads here. Can have a fertilizer works there, and for the final ones down here that are not covered, there's just 2 of them. I believe we can do this, and then this, and then we can add the final fertilizer work here. Okay, I do want to do some decorations here quickly. Is there anything that kind of makes sense with the fertilizers? Simple graves, I suppose, does make sense. That's horrible. I'm sorry. I would think I'd find something like, I don't know. This place is not exactly what I would consider healthy. I think we'll just go into the not the traditional. Isn't there one in New World Rising? No. Halloween, Empire of the Skies, Seeds of Change. I kind of feel that is too. Hacienda cart. That works. And then a crate stack. Let's have a shed up here. And as for this place, we can have a crate stack. And a shed. A couple of haystacks. Now, how much dung are we producing from this? Not in here. Producing 21 dung. And we're using 8 of it. So I need more of those fertilizer works, actually. We are producing 8 fertilizer per minute, or tons of it. These will collect it. Can I just curious here. If I just take one of these and it's not covering a farm, can I just do this? Yeah, I can. Okay, that's something. This does count as a warehouse. But I have no idea how many slots it has, so... That's a bit annoying. Would have been nice if it had actually aligned up with that. But we can with the Hacienda... No, this is just a storehouse. It doesn't count as a warehouse. So we do have to add a warehouse. Okay, so what I'm going to do is add a warehouse here. I'll take these two and bring them over there, and these two and bring them over there. Which gives us the option to do this. Remove that road bit. And then can do this, I think. Can I? Yeah, I can. So that was 2117. I'm guessing these are affected by something. Yeah, this guy is affected by Ferris al-Sarami, who is all the way up here. So if I add one more there, puts us at 20. So 20 tons per minute. That's most likely more than sufficient for now. Now, while we have the Hacienda up, one thing that also is relevant is, of course, the Hacienda farms. Now, if I did do farming on this island, which I'm not, let's just put down a farm here. Let's say I wanted this one, because it doesn't really care about fertility. Let's say I wanted a caoutchouc farm. Go away. This one requires 64 fields. So, and that will give the same, exactly the same production rate as if it was a regular caoutchouc farm. Now, a regular caoutchouc farm requires 144 fields. Of course, if we add the tractor barn, it goes up to 96. On a caoutchouc farm, if we add the tractor barn to that, it goes up to 217. So 96 versus 216. That's a fairly good change. As for the various crops here, the one crop that I really would like it to have, it doesn't have. That would be tobacco, because the tobacco farms are huge. They require an insane amount of space. I might use some of these, I might not, I'm not sure yet. The one thing that I do want to use is, let's see, depot. We have a storage of 3280. Now we have a storage of 7005, 7105. This affects the loading speed. So if I do this, that reduces the consumption of food by 30%. If we go to the This one is 5, and these are 2. If I change to the unloading permits, this one goes to 7.5, and this one should go to 3. I don't think that's worth it. I'd rather just build the docklands. So we'll actually go with the standard weights and measures, because that's just insane when it comes to... this one is good as well. But when it comes to storage capacity on this island, I have so many depots. This area here. These I can probably tear down now. But also this area here. And this island is the main island, throughput island for the new world. I bring most things here before I then send it off to the old world, which is why I would like to add a docklands in this area here, so that the ships that come in, they can go to the docklands. I can remove most of these piers and just get much higher loading speeds. But that aside, the one thing that I do want to have added in terms of the modules is it is actually the brewery of all things. You can fit 2 breweries here. Now the brewery can produce rum, it can produce beer, it can produce... Hold on, I need to know how that is pronounced. There we go. So apparently it is pronounced atolle, or atolle. So you can produce atolle, we can produce schnapps, and we can produce hot sauce. Now hot sauce is the one that I'm interested in here. Atolle is only if we have the... it might be a... What do they call again? Lifestyle need for some. I mean, it's easy to make, corn and sugarcane. So atolle, schnapps, I would never even consider making schnapps here in the sorry if you heard the phone there, in the new world. I'll just produce that in the old world or in Cape Trelawney and send it down here. Okay, what I'm interested in is the hot sauce recipe. It only takes spices, and that is why I increased the production of spices in Enbeza to the level I did. Because while we can farm spices here, why on earth do that when we can farm it in Enbeza, which I have a massive amount of islands available, and you saw how much I was producing, more than 100 tons per minute, so why not just do it there? Let's begin brewing hot sauce. Let's make 4 of these. Probably could add trade union so that we get more production from them. But yeah, they do give negative attractiveness. So that's something to take into consideration. Maybe I want to move them off island. These probably also do give negative attractiveness. Strangely enough, who would have thought that fertilizer works adds negative attraction? There might be some way to
With you as nurse, I knew they'd get well soon. It makes me less anxious about Western medicine.
Let's just have a look. Fertilizer works. Yeah, the sophisticated slurry lagoon, that will help. Reduce the negative attractiveness by 75%. Gilman's tube isn't really that interesting for that. Doesn't seem to be any specific... Oh my god. Plus 320% workforce needed and minus 90% productivity. 600% maintenance cost. And it does use Arctic gas instead, but it does produce 14 fertilizer per 1 cycle. But with a productivity of 90% minus, I'm not sure that's worth it. That is a very, very, very strange item. Double redundancy, that might be useful. So if we get double redundancy and ferrous ulcerami, that's 100%. We could also use Thieleman's tube. But probably the best one would be sophisticated slurry lagoon. The problem though is that they're so spread out, these animal farms, so I can't really fit them in. Okay, so the other one was what? Hacienda. What are they actually called? Hacienda Brewery.
We will be so much stronger together. How unexpected.
Hacienda. Do I have to type it out?
The people celebrate
All
your
Hacienda
leadership.
breweries. So we can use the Get Rich Quick Volume 4 on these. That will give us additional ethanol. So that's a good idea. I can make a grandiloquent copper distiller in the Research Institute. When you see this little beaker icon, it means that you can produce the item in your Research Institute. So that's handy. But there's always ferrous. Printing press is useful. But I'm purely looking for productivity and or reduction in negative appeal. Plus 50% explosion chance. I don't think so. Yeah, so the best for these would be ferrous ulcerami, Get Rich Quick Volume 4. Then that would be 70% additional productivity. Then I suppose the grandiloquent copper distiller would be the best option after that. Please stop nagging me about that. See, I think that's the best options that we have for that. They don't really take that many workers anyways, so it's not a big problem. Do I have those items lying around here? I do have ferrous, but I do not have the Get Rich Quick book. Oh my god, I need to clean up the I need to clean up the inventory on this island. For sure. Can I get that item? That's not the right one. I'll buy the ferrous ulcerami. I missed a ferrous ulcerami there. There we go. Let's grab that. This one is good too, but that's for the orchards. I would like to get 3 of each, to be honest. So 1 more ferrous and I'm happy. There we go. Let's send these guys back to Palacio with.
This city is a magnet for
and hold
genius.
on, I need to take that phone call. Okay, so that was just a moment for you guys, but 1.5 hours for me, because that was a rather important phone call. I have no idea what I was doing or what I was talking about, so you'll have to forgive me for that. The last thing I can remember is that I purchased the these specialists from
We're running low on
Isabel.
everything, hasn't it?
My brain is a bit scattered at the moment. And setting up these hot sauce factories, and that we are going to, or that I wanted to get a trade union covering these. But, and I need to stop saying all the time. It's a bad habit. We're going to go back to the old world now, however, because the one thing that I'm wanting to do next is have a look at our skyscrapers. I might not actually use the engineer skyscrapers and there we go again. I might not use the engineer skyscrapers between the investor skyscrapers. I might actually use investor skyscrapers just to make this look more like an upbeat, upscale part of town where the really rich investors live. But we'll see when we get around to that. There are several techniques that I can use to do that. So, however, to get the next level of both engineers and also the next level of investors, we do need a cognac and we also need a furniture store. Of course, the engineers do not need the cognac, only the I swear that all of the people in Anno have issues with alcohol. The farmers, they want schnapps. The workers, they want schnapps and beer. The artisans, they want beer and rum. The engineers, they want rum. They are more sensible, so they want coffee in addition to that. And then we have the investors who apparently eat chocolate and drink champagne together with their coffee. And they also smoke cigars. But now the really posh investors, they also want cognac on top of the champagne. So there's a certain propensity towards alcohol for these people. Okay, I digress. But we need to find somewhere we can put furniture.
Stellar timing. I was just about to give in to the...
Yeah, thank you very much. To put a furniture store down here, we have options. I could use the small one, but the coverage range is so tiny that I think I want to use the regular one. I was thinking that the coverage is a problem here. Let's zoom out as far as I can. As you can see, I'm covering everything except for these out here. I think this would be the best location for it. And then we can have another one somewhere in this area here. But I also happen to know that they will require drugstores for various products as well. I believe they only need one department store, one furniture store, and one drugstore, but there are a total of 15, like 5 of each. Yeah, here you go. Banker's lamps, vanity screens, writing desks, 4 poster beds, and lounge seatings. The department stores offer toasters, vacuum cleaners, crockery, refrigerators, and briefcases. And all of these have different various bonuses.
And the toasters, even, to a degree, are very well made.
Oh yeah, I'm very happy to hear that. Thank you very much. So the toasters, for instance, they give +2 happiness to all residences. It doesn't need to be skyscrapers. So these buildings over here are covered by the toasters. +2 happiness and +5% income per house. And a reduction in jewelry, 10%, and a reduction in light bulb usage by 15%. So if we go here, you can see that they have refrigerators and they have toasters. So these can actually be placed around town to do various things. And if we have a look at the briefcases, for instance, those are best put at the campus, since they reduce the need for leather boots. But the skyscrapers need at least one department store, one furniture store, and one drugstore eventually. What we do need is lacquer, and we also need cherry wood. Now these are orchards, and you all know what that means. So what I'm thinking is that I can just put down some temporary orchards. now, and I can do the actual setup because I don't want to do that on camera because you've seen me do it once. And I do believe that was enough. You know that it's very time consuming and it's also, to be honest, very boring. I haven't done anything with these ships. I need to do so. So I don't feel like that is a good idea to have in the video. So let's see here. They do have cognac because we have a stock of cognac thanks to the festival. So I believe we have quite a lot of cognac lying around. No, we don't. 409, and we're currently using 1 ton per minute. So it's going to last for 409 minutes. That should be okay. Let's fill up these ships with things we need for construction material. Just gonna take 1 full ship of each. And I also want 2 more ships with lumber, and that's not a big enough island for... No. You guys do not go there. This island is not big enough. Could do it on TZ Vines. Yeah, let's go here. That means we have most of what we need. Another option would be Quadrotostad. Lallebroch is too small. Schrecht is also... No, we could fit them there, but this river is kind of annoying. Pianzen. Yeah, I'm wondering, maybe Pianzen is the best location. I think we'll go to Pianzen. So we have a trading post there. And I don't particularly feel like moving it. So fill this one up with timber. And you take 4 stacks of bricks and 2 stacks of steel. And pop on up to Pianzen. Now what on earth am I going to call this one? So it'll be Production Island. Sorry about that. I accidentally managed to hit the boom with my finger. I'm just going to do Orchard for now, and then I'll find a suitable name in between episodes, I think. Speed things up. No need to sit here at normal speed while we're just waiting for the ships to arrive. We do need cherry wood, and we also need... What was the other thing we needed? Resin and ethanol. We have enough ethanol, so that's fine. Okay. Pop off some of that, and windows, steel, concrete. Upgrade twice. Drop off more of each of the construction materials. Mildly amused that those ships were arrived that quickly. Okay, now we have it at maximum level. The first thing that I'm going to do is this. So this island has 2 limestone deposits. Let's get rid of those. Master of Nature, change deposit, develop, add to queue. I don't need more limestone. Just gonna clean up the place. This is a very nice island actually for orchards, also for farms for that matter. But it has ample space, so we can have both of the products, cherry and resin on this island. So I'm just going to do a very quick basic setup here now. Drag out a road. I need to build a couple of depots. Yeah, that look actually. Let's go there. Copy those.
This represents an extraordinary breakthrough.
Round of brick. I think we can unload these ships completely now.
Room to maneuver. On our way.
Good, good, good. And that's the final. And we want 3 more of them. And that gives us a storage of 950, which is... I think I'm actually going to do 1 more row of them. I'll make this nice later on, so for now I'll just do 1, 2. Literally just do...
This is nothing short
This...
of a major discovery.
Oh my! Such dramatic. Can do that. Don't think we can make much of a corner here. Actually, that's very acceptable. Okay, now we can empty the final ships as well. We'll send all of these back to our little corner here. And I don't think we need a lot right away. One, so that's fine. As we have ample grapes. As for the lacquer, it's 1 and then 30. So we need 2 of each of these to 1 of each of these. If I make 8 of these, I know we're going to need quite a bit of lacquer eventually. So if I just do 1, 2, 3, 4.
We're taking every care.
It's 200. All of the orchards that I added in that mod takes 200. And obviously I am going to do something with this because now I'm blocking a mine and stuff. So this is just a very temporary setup just to get lacquer up and running. That's 6 too few.
Fields might help.
They're so sassy. The fields might help. Yeah. Because I wouldn't understand that little thing on my own. We can do this. I'll go 5. 5. $200. Then we can get a warehouse here, which we can upgrade twice. Then let's copy this and put 5 more of them. Let's also copy that one and upgrade it twice. Rotate, rotate, and then I want a fire station here and a fire station there. Now we need some fields for these as well, so just do it like that. As long as we get 200, I'm happy. That's 200. And this one, 162. 200.
There aren't enough of us.
We also need workers, so I need to set up a commuter pier. It's 100. 179. and 200. Now, commuter pier. Doesn't really matter where that is. That's a public mooring, not a commuter pier. The commuter pier is there and here. Can just put that... See, this road goes down here. You put the commuter pier there. And connect that up. And boom, we have... Okay, so that was 8 resin orchards. And then for the town hall monument, the cherry wood. I think we're fine with say 4 of these. Oh, the white cherry trees. Let's do that, and this. That's 2 of those. As for this one, if we just do... That's actually 200. Do that. We can drag this one around that one. 196. Sure. That 4 up. These are extremely pretty. Okay, so that's the cherry wood, and we need sugar from the New World. How is our production of sugar? I might have to add a couple of sugar refineries. Sugar. Using 66 per minute, but is all of that on Palazzo Viv? Yeah. So we can set up a sugar route from there. I can do that in between episodes. Now the chemical plant for lacquer, I do not know if that's affected by... Let's have a look at the trade union here. All assembly lines and all artisan workshop. That probably is an artisan workshop. And this affects all assembly lines. So if I put this thing here, is it affected by those? No, not at all actually. That is a fairly interesting building. I like that building. Let's see if chemical plant. Lacquer. The double redundancy. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. Okay, so all chemical plants. Really? Is this thing not even affected by ferrous al-Sarami? If I put ferrous al-Sarami in here... Wow, not affected. Neither are the assembly lines, actually. Interesting. So these aren't counted as production buildings. Okay. Well, that means that I can put these in like say up here, and I can move these somewhere else, because that means these doesn't... I'm not going to need that many of them, I think. It's basically one item that I... Because these are the reward we get from Donald J. Bader, so... Okay. As for the cognac, this one is rather pretty. Kinda like the champagne cellar. That, however, I want to have on Throne of Viv. So I was thinking that we might be slightly over the top on these champagne cellars. I really doubt we're ever going to need 6 of them. But that's also an artisan's workshop. Artisan's workshop cognac. So that's also affected by the get rich quick. And that one. And the grandiloquent copper distiller. That one is a bit 75% productivity. That's actually quite good, but it has the chance of the chance of fire. This one will remove attractiveness from it. So maybe just go with these 3 then. I don't like the chance of fire, nor do I like the reduced attractiveness. No idea where to put them though. I mean, this is an area where I want to have hotels, so this area is crowded enough as is. I doubt they will be needing much cognac. So maybe if I do this car is going to be confused. I put it there. And I just need to get these goods up to the island. And this chemical plant, I think I'll just put it... Well, there's no room here. I do need more pig farms, so I should keep that area for pigs. There's no room up here. This railroad is no longer needed. We have ample electricity from the one power plant on the island, so I think we can remove that, which means that I can make yeah, this should work. Put them up here. That's definitely the main entrance, no question about that. Just upgrade this one and flip it around. Then we should be able to put down a furniture store in the next episode, because with the time now and the time lapse, I think we are over time, so I think we'll wrap up things here, and in the next episode we should be focusing on finishing up those things that I have now started, so that we can get the cognac production up and running, we can get the furniture stuff up and running, and by then I will probably have, or I intend to make these orchards proper, set up trade routes for them, maybe build a docklands up here, just for the loading times, and then we can focus on getting our skyscrapers up to the next level in that episode. So that's it for now, I think. If you guys have any questions and or comments, then as per usual, please leave them down below in the comment section. And as always, I would also appreciate it if you just put a random comment there, or an emoji, something just to help out with the YouTube algorithms for channel visibility. And that's just about it. Of course, if you liked the video, I would also appreciate it if you click the like button. For now, I hope that you enjoyed the episode. I hope that you like the new format that I'm doing, with the more going through everything that I'm doing kind of thing. I don't know if we're going to continue with this all the time, but definitely on this stage, I'm finding this interesting for myself as well. And as long as I take notes beforehand, as in prepare the episodes, it seems to be working fairly well. at least from my point of view. I hope you guys agree. Thank you all so very much for joining me, and I will see you all next time.